A stunning 12 News investigation. Sex offenders squatting in forbidden neighborhoods near schools and families.
And there's an ordinance that actually forbids it. Now, 12 News' Colleen Henry reveals the people putting them there are the very state officials charged with protecting the public from them.
Something needs to be done about this.
Lakeisha Winfrey says she saw the state vans, saw the police cars.
I thought it was like a halfway house or something.
She even warned her kids.
Tell me to stay away from the house.
But Winfrey had no idea the state was cycling sex offenders through the house next door.
There's a school there, there's a daycare, there's a bunch of kids on the block, my kids.
When Milwaukee passed its sex offender residency restrictions last fall, the byproduct was a new class of offender. Those left homeless because the ordinance left them nowhere to live. For months, 12 News has investigated the Department of Corrections' management of homeless sex offenders. That research uncovered a state program to house some of them, a program so secret neither city officials nor neighbors were told.
See, somebody in this neighborhood should have known about this before now.
Over a period of weeks, 12 News cameras documented the DOC's secret sex offender shuffle. Here's how it works. The state uses 10 homes across the city to house homeless offenders. Every 3 days, corrections workers move them from one house to the next. They pick up one offender and all his belongings, drop him at a new address where they pick up another sex offender, take him to his new address, and so on, and so on, and so on. 3 of the houses are on the same block of North 33rd Street, where offenders walk to their new digs. The folks next door?
We're doing a story about your neighbors, sex offenders. People who live next door to you.
There's no sex offenders next door to me.
12 News' request for an explanation went unanswered, so we tracked down the DOC's regional director at a recent public meeting.
How long has this program been going on?
Yeah, I think I'll probably just decline to talk about that right now.
But don't you think the community has a right to know? I mean, nobody's been notified.
The regional director referred questions to the department spokeswoman.
What do you say to those who think this is an end run around Milwaukee's residency restrictions?
Again, I think it's best if you follow through with Joy and get the response from her.
Without a response, 12 News asked the sex offenders to explain.
I'm Colleen, by the way. Colleen Henry. That's Pat, my partner. What is your name?
My name Devin.
Meet Devin Rollins. This is his first day at this River West home. Earlier, 12 News cameras found him at homes on North 33rd Street and on Port Road.
When I move out, want to move in, and he'll be moving out of here. We just rotate. Well, they just move us every 3 days because the city ordinance don't want us living here more than 3 days.
You mean the residency restriction one?
Right.
Milwaukee's residency restrictions forbid sex offenders from staying 4 days or more within 2,000 feet or about 4 blocks from a school, daycare center, or other place kids congregate. Yet one of the homes was in spitting distance of the Milwaukee Math and Science Academy.
What would you say to people who are kind of freaked out that the DOC is moving sex offenders from place to place to place?
I'm not a sex offender. My case is totally different.
In fact, Rollins is a repeat offender. Court records show he committed his first sexual assault at 13. He's on the state registry for raping a 16-year-old girl he met online.
But, she lied about it, so she got me in trouble, so I had to do my time.
Court records also show Rollins suffers from schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. He doesn't think moving every 3 days is the best way to protect him or the community.
Having us moving around, it's kids everywhere. As soon as you go outside, it's kids, they try to say we can't go to a park, a school, a mall, and stuff like that, but anytime you step out the house, it's a kid there.
Does anybody tell you about this?
No one.
12 News took this video to Alderman Mike Murphy.
Pretty shocking and pretty disgusting that this type of shuffling of sexual offenders is being conducted by Department of Corrections, an agency whose core mission is supposed to be public safety.
Murphy has repeatedly asked state officials to find a fix to the patchwork of local sex offender ordinances.
Is this the way we want to see our policy and our tax dollars spent, of having a revolving door of sexual offenders going from one different building to the next building to avoid a technicality and be in violation of an ordinance in the city of Milwaukee, which raises another serious issue of why our Secretary of Corrections feels that circumventing the local ordinances through this shuffling is just disgusting.
12 News asked to interview the Secretary of Corrections, but only got this emailed statement from a spokeswoman at today's close of business. Quote, the Department of Corrections operates within the parameters of local and state laws. Contracted staff conduct multiple site checks per day and monitor offenders to help ensure public safety. The DOC did not answer any questions, Craig. We still don't know how many offenders are being shuffled, whether it's happening in any other city, or, of course, who's paying for it.
It's eye-opening. It's shocking. You know, parents and just homeowners alike, they count on going to an app or a website to say, all right, I know where the sex offenders are in my community, but with a shuffle game like that, it's hard to tell.
Startling revelation.
All right. Thanks, Colleen.